Should you buy a Ruger Security 9 for an everyday carry gun? Hey guys, Six here. In today's video, we're going to be going over and reviewing the Ruger Security 9, and we're going to be going over the specs first, and then my final thoughts and review over the gun as well. So the dimensions of the Ruger Security 9 is 7.2 far.
Too far.
Dude, it's hard.
It is, that's what I'm saying.
So the overall dimensions of the Ruger Security 9 is 7.24 inches in length, 5 inches in height, and 1 inch in width. So the Ruger Security 9's sights are just your standard U-Glock sights. I know some of your guys' opinions on these sights might be a little mixed, but they do the job. That's all that matters. The Ruger Security 9 capacity is 15+1, and when you buy the gun, it does come with 2 mags. But Ruger also sells a 17 round mag, which is what I did carry when I carried this gun. The Security 9 does come with a manual safety on the left side. It did not come stock with a trigger safety as well, but we'll get into that later on in the video. The MSRP for the gun as of right now is $379, so it is a pretty fair price for what you get for the gun. But now we're going to be going over all the problems and issues that I did have with the gun overall. So fun fact, this was actually the first gun that I ever bought, and it definitely shows. I wish someone would have been there to help me with all the problems that I was going to be getting into with this gun. Man, was the trigger awful. But it also served a purpose because this gun is actually a hammer fire gun and not a striker fired like it looks. That was a second thing that I did not know about when I went in and bought my first gun, the differences between handguns. So since it is a hammer fired gun, the pull weight on the trigger is a lot more than your normal striker fired pistol. So as you can see, which obviously I cannot demonstrate and show you guys on this platform, but I did go and purchase a better trigger for the gun itself. Now I can't remember exactly where I bought it and how much it cost, but it did improve the gun a lot, and I mean a lot. It is a very smooth pulling trigger, and I think now the pull weight is about 5 pounds, 4.5 to 5 pounds, but it is a lot smoother and it is definitely better than what the gun came stock with. The third issue that I ran into with the gun was the actual just grip module of the gun, the way it felt. When I was in the gun store, it felt nice in my hand, but after I bought it and took it out to the range, it just did not have anything to it. You would sit there and shoot 2 rounds and the gun would be moving and sliding all over your hands. And I know for a fact that it was the grip because as I've gotten better along through the years of shooting, I have proper form and I know how to hold a gun, and it is just as bad. So I went on Amazon and I bought this Hogue grip that is specifically made for the Ruger Security 9, and it did actually help a lot, and surprisingly they're really not that expensive. I think I got this for $14.99 off of Amazon, and it was definitely a lot cheaper than trying to find a whole new grip module for the gun when a $15 upgrade fixed most of the issue. Going over all the faults, you can see why it would be hard for a beginner to learn on this gun, because the sights, the trigger, and the grip, I mean, with all those added together, that's how you're going to perform when you shoot the firearm itself. So if you can't get the sights down and the trigger is horrible and you can't grip the gun because it's sliding, it does not make it a very reliable gun. So if you are trying to find an everyday carry gun and you are new just like I was, and you walk into a gun store and they are praising this gun for how cheap it is and how good of a gun it is, I want you to take into effect that yeah, it is only $380, but you are going to have to put in an extra $150 for an everyday carry gun just to make it as good as a SIG P365 or the 365 XL or the new Hellcat Pros that are out now. The gun does come with a Picatinny rail, so you can mount a flashlight or a laser if you'd like. It does actually have really nice slide serrations. Like your fingers aren't going anywhere when you grab the slide. And the overall length of the gun and the way it feels, especially if you get the poke grip, I mean, it just fits nicely in your hand. And after you upgrade the trigger and the grip itself, you can't even notice the recoil in this gun. Like, I've shot quite a bit and a lot of different guns, and I still take this out to the range just to have fun with it because it is a very steady gun to shoot after you do some minor upgrades to it. So overall, if I had to say if this would be a good EDC gun, I would say probably not. As of right now, there is a lot better options to go for by only spending an extra $100 to $150. I do think this would be a perfect range toy and a good gun for someone to just start up and learn how to shoot a pistol, but not for their first everyday carry gun like I did. Another reason behind why I wouldn't consider this to be a good everyday carry gun is just the size alone. I'm a pretty short stature person, so carrying a gun this big was very uncomfortable, and it almost made me stop concealed carrying overall because I didn't know that the length of the gun and the holsters and the belts you use actually make a big difference. So for my actual everyday carry, I carry the P365 XL, and this is a decent sized gun compared to like the normal P365, which a lot of people carry every day. And as you can see, I mean, it is just a much larger gun, and that's without a magazine in the gun as well. So if I was going off a rating based off what I carry right now, I'd probably give this a 6 out of 10 for carrying. Once you fix all the reliable issues with the gun itself, it wouldn't be horrible if you're a bigger statured person. But for a normal sized person that wants to carry every day, I'd probably stick to something smaller and definitely more reliable. So if you guys enjoyed the video, please hit the like button and subscribe so you guys can see more future content from me and more gun reviews. So like I said, I hope you guys enjoyed the video, and I hope you have a blessed day. Thanks.